See, dude, I don't like this, guys. I mean, I'm serious. This is a downside of this Charlie Kirk shit, okay? Because they have moved the Overton window. Charlie Kirk dies, so now they're painting him as like some moderate, some centrist, even though Charlie Kirk was a fucking extremist, piece of trash. And he masqueraded under the Bible and, you know, this boy next door charm to make him seem like he was not as dangerous as he actually is because he was just the king of groomers. But now they've made him out to be this like moderate, conservative, middle of the road guy, which is now making Nick Fuentes seem like not as extreme. And now Nick Fuentes is like finding his inroad into the limelight, and a lot more groypers and like far right people are probably going to get groomed because of these people. So the only person I've really seen thus far trying to fill the void is this guy, the Bryland kid. Dude, this guy is funny, bro. Hollyhand. Dude, what is up with Waldo, bro? Have you seen this guy? Like, where's Waldo? Oh, shit. Dude, this guy is like the male version of 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗀 right here, dude. Spit on that thing, little man. Dude, 𝗍𝗪𝗡𝗨, bro. Jesus. Have you seen him? He's a crazy Zionist. Waldo. Dude, he is such a goof. He's like, oh, shucks. Oh, shucks. I'm not too worried about him. Right? Here he is.
This verse, it's 1 Timothy 4:12, and it says that, you know, lead by example, and Gen Z not now being led by previous generations, but being the generation that's actually standing up and saying, guys, we're going to wake up and we're going to lead this. And
we're going to lead this. Hi, I'm Mike Johnson's fluffer. My name is Bryland Hollyhand. Dude, this kid is a twink, bro. Like, come on, man.
That Gen Z's really getting out there.
Gen Z's really getting out there. Gosh me, golly. Gosh, golly gee. Golly gee, golly. It's 𝗍𝗪𝗡𝗨. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Dude, this guy has sex with his fucking tube sock, bro. Jesus Christ. What are we doing? Now, you may notice, though, that the TPUSA people they've been rebelling against him, guys. Remember how I said it was not going to be a smooth transition? So that kid was the kid on the private jet. Let me just show you how MAGA is getting verklempt, okay, over this TPUSA shit. Because he was traveling on a private jet. Here he is on his little private jet.
What's up, America? Bryland Hollyhand here, about 30,000 feet up. We are on the way to Arkansas. So everybody in line at the University of Arkansas.
He's on the way to Arkansas on my nice private plane. But now look at Nick Sortor, though. This was the comment that was made yesterday. It said, FYI, Turning Point USA is absolutely not sponsoring campus tours for young men flying around on private planes, despite claims otherwise. So TPUSA is like distancing themselves from Hollyhand, which is sort of understandable because TPUSA is going after the frat boys, the rapey guys, because they're a rapey company that covers, you know, grapes by all their employees. And this guy is like the dude that fraternity guys would, you know, they'd squeeze him in a locker, okay? So they're distancing himself. He's talking about, hey, Arkansas, I'm coming on this college tour. I'm filling the void. Timothy, fucking 69-420, right? And then, but they're saying, look, these are not us, okay? it says, this is such an unnecessary distraction from the actual campus tour. Ignore the grifters, okay? So they have their own campus tour, which is like politicians, dude. Mike Lee, you know what I'm saying? Vivek. I mean, dude, Greg Gianforte. Like, bro, having Greg Gianforte speak to a bunch of college students is not going to be the same, guys. You know what I mean? Like, look at their lineup. Glenn Beck. Hey, frat guys. You want to go talk to Glenn Beck for an hour? Like, oh, Jesus. Dude, that's like having to go to an adult theater with your fucking granddad, right? It's like, oh, shit, bro. Dude, the highest quality guy they've got out here is Rob Schneider, dude. Oh, shit. Dude, you can do it. You can do it. Rob Schneider. Oh, man, bro. Isn't that fucked up? Like, they have nobody, guys. They have nobody. But again, look at this, though. Ignore the grifters. So the TPUSA crowd is calling the Brylan Hollyhand crowd a grifter. So you now have two separate groups of people going to colleges with competing philosophies. Okay, this guy is like the aw shucks Jesus, let's all be nice and don't have anybody have sex, God forbid. And I got to get on my private plane and go get another manicure. I'll be right back to talk to you about healthcare. And then the TPUSA one has, 70-year-old people that are going to be talking about how great Charlie Kirk was before he got blown away by a Mormon kid, right? Or if he got blown away by a Mormon kid, we don't even know. I think this is really interesting, okay? Because we are, what are we? We're 2 weeks from Charlie's death, okay? Only 2 weeks from Charlie's death. And Brylan and TPUSA are like on opposite trajectories, and they're not going to be getting along. They're accusing them of grifting. And in fact, Nick Fuentes, he made a comment today about Erika Kirk. This is wild. Again, I don't want to mainstream Nick Fuentes because he is a fucking douchebag, but he is bringing up a very accurate observation about Erika Kirk, man.
It's like, lady, didn't your husband just get his face blown off like 2 seconds ago? And not to be insensitive about it, but everyone's thinking it. No one wants to be the asshole. No one wants to say it. Everyone's thinking it. Everyone was thinking it when she gave the first speech. Everyone was definitely thinking it at the memorial. Nobody wants to say it because it's inappropriate. It's insensitive. I am the troll, right? So I'll be the one to say it. I think it's super inappropriate. I think it's inappropriate. I think it's weird. It's bizarre. Something is off there, and I don't like it. But they're doing the Super Bowl commentators with the headsets on, doing a media table. They're selling merch, registering voters. They got pyrotechnics. Is this WrestleMania or is this a funeral? Like, what are we doing here? And then, the day after the funeral, I'm getting 500 texts and emails. Erika Kirk here. I miss him. Every time I blink, every beat of my heart. Make sure to donate. $5, $15, $25.
That's the thing. They are pumping out the donation shit. Like, they are monetizing this shit like there is no fucking tomorrow.
It's like, okay. Then they're doing a show. Did you see the show today? And so prescient. I said it last night. I said, I'm getting like a fake vibe. Something's off there. And people say, well, everybody grieves differently. Yeah, I don't know how much mileage we can get out of that one anymore. Something's not right there. Very bizarre, weird vibe there. And did you see the show? Erika hosted the Charlie Kirk show this afternoon, and she's like, she looks like she's over the moon. She's happy as a clam. And again, who am I to judge? Everybody grieves differently. She's a very devout Christian. Some people say maybe that's just strength, that's resolve. I don't know. It's one thing if your husband dies, period. It's another thing if your husband dies at age 31, unexpectedly. It's another thing if your 31-year-old husband unexpectedly dies because he gets publicly executed with blood gushing out in front of thousands of people screaming and running away.
Dude.
That's like something that's altogether different.
I mean, it is, dude. It's like so over the top. And can I just show you though? Like, look at this. Watch this fucking video, bro. This is the two faces of Erika Kirk, guys. I'm telling you, there is something about her that is not adding up.
So how have we gone from this?
That young man. I forgive him.
Dude, that's Kyle Rittenhouse level acting.
Which was the 21st of September, and now 7 days later, we get this.
Nothing is changing, but I want to preface, we're not awkward. We're not like weird. We're not cringe. We're not going to be tweeting as if it's him. That's tone deaf and really disturbing. And anyone who does that's like morbidly.
Hey, we're going to be doing about 5 more episodes a week now. So just tell the team and make sure that happens.
3 hours of this, 2 more hours of podcasting.
There is just something that just doesn't feel right. It feels wrong. It feels off. And I am trying so hard not to over speculate, but it's hard when stuff like this has been put out to us. It's just not normal. It doesn't feel natural. I feel like we're watching a performance.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're watching a movie unfold.
A really
right in
bad
front of our
movie,
eyes.
by the way.
And it's things like this that make me think that Charlie Kirk's assassination is so much bigger than we could ever imagine.
Yeah, I mean, that's just it, guys. If you look at her when she's like, I forgive him, and everyone stands and applauds, that was like Kyle Rittenhouse, like, you remember the shit in the courthouse? That was the worst fucking acting ever. And now she's on the podcast, and she's just like, we're not going to be cringe. We're working so hard. We're like, I'm the CEO now. Dude, man, I just can't get over feeling like they offed him. Like they recognized that they were losing. They were taking a beating on Israel. People were turning against Israel. People were obsessed with the Epstein files. I think he had these big ambitions, and he was leading a movement that was more about him than about like their overall mission. Like it was like Charlie had developed his own movement that was separate from the larger like Zionist, Heritage Foundation movement, and that they just took him out and figured that maybe this is their best way to have a chance at winning in the 2026 midterms. And I don't think it's going to work. We know she was part of Trump's beauty pageant, but I mean, everybody has capitalized on this, right? Trump has capitalized on this with this whole talk about left-wing violence, even though we've had multiple shootings now in the last 36 hours from right-wing people, because there is no such thing as like an epidemic of left-wing violence, but they've painted it as left-wing violence. It's fueling their anti-trans narrative. It's fueling their narrative of investigating left-wing people. Netanyahu has jumped on this to meet up with young content creators and get them on his side, being like more pro-Israel. I mean, this shit is like, something about it just doesn't feel right, guys. Okay? It just doesn't feel right. She goes from being in the background and, being his wife and all this shit to being like the center of this brand new, it's like they just plug and played her into something that makes me feel like this thing was there the whole time. It was just Charlie was like not letting it happen because he was directing the show. And dude, Candace Owens is, going off on this shit. And I mean, I don't find her all that reliable, but here's what I will say, guys. I don't find Candace Owens reliable, okay? However, I feel like amplifying Candace Owens is a good thing to be disruptive to the MAGA movement. Because right now, the MAGA movement they're crumbling, guys, okay? The economy is fucking brutal. Okay, the economy is brutal. Let me just show you. This is the chair of America First Women, the co-founder of Women for Trump. And look at what she tweeted. The cost of living is out of control. If you don't grocery shop, you need to go to the grocery store and see for yourself. The prices are outrageous and continue to climb. I don't know how people are living. Families are struggling and can't afford to eat. Our elderly are hurting and too prideful to say anything. Something's got to give. So Trump is trashing the economy. Prices are going sky high. Energy bills this winter are going to go through the roof. He promised they were going to be cut in half. The energy bills are going through the roof. He is crumbling on the economic front. Now they're about to shut down the government. Their deportations and their military stuff, even though I know they're on TV screeching about it, I don't think anyone's impressed by this, guys. Other than the right-wing influencers and the bot farms on Twitter, I don't think most people, when they go to the grocery store and they pay $22 for a steak, I don't think people are really too impressed that the National Guard are being paid to walk up and down the streets of Chicago, and their taxpayer money is going to that when they're paying $30 for a fucking ribeye. Okay? You know? And so he is running out of steam, guys. His goodwill, the attacks on Jimmy Kimmel, 1.7 million people canceled Disney Plus in like 3 days, dude. He's going over like a fart in church right now. Okay? He is. And so he's losing a lot of goodwill, and they're grappling with shit. And so I think right now, anything we can do to disrupt is valuable. Okay? Disrupting, right? That's why I want to look at Candace Owens. I want to look at her theories, and I want to put them out there. I want to look at all of the other MAGA theories and get like Brylan Hollyhand, Gomer Pyle fighting with TPUSA. I want them on college campuses with multiple different messages so they just start canceling each other out. And then maybe I'm going to get thrown in the mix and go talk to some people too. We'll see if the universe has that in store. But I think right now, trying to disrupt is one of the best things we can do. But dude, the fact that they're calling each other grifters already, 2 weeks in, what should we do to disrupt? When you see MAGA fighting MAGA, amplify it. Post that shit. Share that shit on social media. When you see clips that show these guys as frauds, share it. Okay? Share it. Share them calling each other grifters and fighting. That infighting. Okay? It looks bad. It's the same shit that they did during the 2024 election when the pro-Palestinian Democrats were fighting the centrist pro-Israel Democrats. But now it's like MAGA fighting MAGA. And so now we can amplify their fights and their squabbles and their, somebody said earlier, don't platform Candace Owens. And I was like, dude, Candace Owens is accusing the Trump administration and the MAGA government of covering up and killing Charlie Kirk. Like, I'm going to amplify that shit as much as possible. I want as many MAGA people as possible believing Candace Owens, right? Everybody who's a conspiracy theorist, I want them to believe Candace Owens. So then they'll start hating TPUSA, right? You know what I mean? There's like distrust now, okay? Literally a year ago, guys, the one thing that the Republicans had, that MAGA had, was they had trust. Trump was believable. He was golden. He was untouchable. He was filled with promises. Everyone deferred. But now they're a disaster. Trump promised the Epstein files, and he's covering it up. MAGA Mike is covering it up. It's obvious they're covering it up. He promised lower prices. They're not getting it. And now Charlie Kirk got murdered, and they don't know who really did it. And Candace Owens is setting a bomb off inside MAGA about Charlie Kirk. So now they don't trust each other. And that is like, now we exploit the shit out of that. That's what we do. We show the incongruity and the bad side of Erika Kirk. We amplify the MAGA people who are conspiracy theorizing, because that will fuel Laura Loomer and those guys who are pro-Trump to be like, how dare you question Trump? And then they're going to start eating each other. I mean, it's already begun, but dude, we can do a lot of damage here, guys. We can do a lot of permanent fucking damage. Because let me just tell you, a movement eating itself from the inside out is the most powerful way to yes, cannibalization, exactly. That's just the most powerful way. I mean, think about this, guys. Think about how they bring down a building, okay? They set a bunch of charges inside the building, and they blow out the inside of that building, and then the whole framework falls, right? They blow out that foundation, and I think we can do that to MAGA right now. They're scared, and they're flailing, and they're fumbling, and they're overreaching, and they're getting crazier and crazier. Dude, it's good shit. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.